What's up, my new Standard Nation? It's TJ, your host with Strategic Real Estate Experts. Today we're going to talk about what are my closing costs likely to be? This is a big question, and they vary all across the board. You can say, and I can say, oh, typical around here is going to be $1,500 to $3,500, but it totally depends, right? Like every closing and loan is different, so there's different costs associated with it. If you're not obtaining a mortgage, the type of mortgage depends. If your lender's making you escrow or set up tax accounts or prepaying insurance, all of that makes a difference. So I'm just going to kind of talk rough ideas and standards, but know that it can be different all across the board. So first, you're going to have your loan closing fee. So you have a loan origination fee, you have an appraisal fee, doc prep fee, underwriting fee. So there's a bunch of fees from the lender that you're going to see on the closing disclosure. So the bigger expenses start to come in if your lender charges you points or you pay points to buy down the interest rate. So you can see 1 to 3% of the loan to pay down points. Or if you don't have enough to have 20% down, maybe you want to buy down your mortgage insurance. You can actually pay that up front, so that can raise your closing fees. Some of the other stuff that kind of makes your closing get a little bit more expensive. If your lender's making you set up an escrow account for your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance. We have pretty high property taxes here in Dane County, but if your lender says, okay, well, we're going to charge you 3 months of prepaid to set up this escrow account, and the properties, I'm just making this easy, $6,000 in taxes a year, that's $500 a month, and you need 3 months of that, that's $1,500 that just goes to set up that account. Money sitting there, so at the end of the year when you owe your taxes, it's there. Same thing with insurance. Now insurance is going to be, I'll say $1,000, right? Like it can be higher, it can be lower, but we'll say rough average around $1,000. So that would be a little bit cheaper, maybe a couple $100. Now if you get to the title company, they're going to charge to record the deed in your name. They're going to have a wire fee, possibly if you're wiring money. You'll have, maybe there's some title policy stuff that is charged to you as the buyer. Sometimes if the seller has already prepaid maybe garbage pickup for the year, there's a cost to you where you're going to pay them for the remaining portion that they already paid. So in our area, it is all over the board. So if your lender is not making you set up escrow accounts, it can be cheaper, but I will say average around kind of across the board, we'll say $1,500 to $4,000, and it totally depends on your loan. Now the big thing for you as a buyer, if that's stuff that you're not planning on or somebody didn't sit down and explain that to you, you could be in a bad position, because if you don't know that and your realtor didn't find out ahead of time, or the lender and realtor didn't communicate that, hey, these buyers need to ask for a credit to help cover some of these closing costs, because you're putting $10,000 down and you don't have another $3,000 for all of these closing costs. We need to make sure we're writing in the offer to get those closing costs covered, so that you're getting in the house and not all of a sudden having to go, wow, we're going to lose this house and we just spent all this money on an appraisal and a home inspection and any other money you've spent, because maybe you've gone out and bought furniture or done some of that stuff. But if you've listened to other stuff, don't do that until you have the house. But again, that's why we sit down with people up front. That's why I sit with our people and go, hey, where are you at? How much do you have? What's important to you? What about closing costs? I explained to you the whole process with what an escrow account, earnest money is. And if you don't know what earnest money is, go back and find the video or podcast, however you're listening to this, and learn what that is. This is why we sit down and spend, I say 30 minutes, but really it probably lasts an hour when we sit down with people and really dive deep and go into what is the best way to structure for you to buy a house, and what's the best loan, and what's the best way to start finding houses that are in the areas you're looking for, and making sure we structure the offer so that it's the best for you and your family. That's why you should have somebody on your side that's doing more than just, hey, let me set you up on a home search, let me know when you want to see something. Really? Like, somebody needs to be on your side from beginning to even after the fact, showing you ways to put you and your family in the best position possible so that stuff like this does not come up. Again, check out knowbeforeyouBuyRealEstate.com. Call, text, or email me with your questions. If you're looking in different parts of the country, reach out. We can put you in touch with people that know what they're doing. I don't care. I want to raise the standard in this industry and do better for home buyers and sellers, because as agents, we're the only ones that are through the whole process dealing with absolutely everyone involved, and we can make the experience an amazing one and be a great thing for you and your family. Or you can let somebody practice on you, and maybe you'll get your house, and you probably will, but what if you don't? And what if you could have, and you had the right people and team set up so that you're in the best position possible? Again, call, text, email me, 608-576-0044. Email's tj@sreehelp.com. Don't forget to raise your standard, and we'll talk to you soon.